Dad, there's this one hole in my jeans and the wind is just stabbing me. Yep. Oh my. Good morning, everyone. It is currently about -8 degrees Fahrenheit. There's no breeze, which is pretty nice. And Dad had quite the night. I slept through it, but we'll let him tell you what's going on here in a second. Was there another one?
Yeah, we had 3 during the night. That one just got born.
Oh my Atlanta.
What happened was she calved out in general population last night, and that one had her water bag out, so she was trying to claim her calf. So I moved the twins down, got the one with the water bag in a pen, and then I got the new pair in a separate pen. Well, then they were right next to each other, so the one with the water bag was trying to stick its head through the gate and lick the calf. So then I made space between them, and that was at 4, and then I came back out at 5:30, and she had just calved and it had the water bag over its head, and it was breathing hard, and I just walked in, reached in, pulled it off just in time. She hadn't got up yet. She'd calved already, and maybe she would have got up and licked it off in time, but sometimes not. So,
and then we just walk in here and got another brand new baby. It's just working on standing, and hopefully it'll get sucking here. All these pens are full, except one.
So what are we gonna do about that?
What are we gonna do about it? Now all of a sudden I gotta bring in about 20 gallons of water every day, maybe like 40. Right here we got the twins. And so what do you do with twins? A cow anyway would claim just one of them, start kicking the other one away. But I don't know, the heifers they kind of go with whatever, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, and so she'd try to raise both of them. She might be able to, but she'd probably start losing a lot of weight.
So, in my experience, the few times that I've tried let a cow raise twins, sometimes don't breed back because they're working so hard raising 2 calves. 2 calves end up sometimes not being the greatest. Sometimes when they do breed back, they calf real late the next year. I like to keep them on there as long as they're willing to feed them, and then until you need a calf if you lose one. But yesterday afternoon we had 2 neighbors call and ask if they could get one because they lost a calf in the cold. We're going to go ahead and let them, the first ones that called, let them put it on it. That's kind of what we do out here. Somebody has an extra one, let them.
And it helps someone keep a cow around that they would have otherwise gotten rid of because they'd lost a calf.
Right. They're calving heifers too. A couple days from now we might say, dang, I wish we'd kept that calf.
Yeah. Need 3 buckets of water. Got some dual drinkage going on from the twin. She was our biggest one. Somebody commented, she's got to have twins in her. And they were right. I just opened that barn door to bring some water in, and snow fell right on my neck. And then it's melting, and then the nice -8 degree air touches it. Oh, it's a mess. I need an adult. So now we got 7 babies. We're up to 7 babies. Someone commented we should keep a tally this year. That's a good idea. We'll do boys, girls, except do you think those mamas are gonna get mad at me for assuming their gender? And also, updated list on Brian's bosses. We got Brock Wires. Sorry I mispronounced your name last time. Mike Brown, Blake Profit, Joe Sullivan. We got the ones in the barn watered. Oh, that son of a... Are you serious? Did it drink it already? It's not that wet. No, it's wet. Last thing I want to say before we start feeding cattle. We've already gotten some comments. You know, it's the coldest month of the year. Why are you calving now? One big reason for us is we sell bulls to customers, yearling bulls. They need to be ready and mature enough to breed their cattle once they buy them. By calving as early as we can, we make sure those bulls have enough time to get mature so they can breed and do a good job out in the pastures for our customers. They have a little bit over a year to get mature and ready, which is a short amount of time, especially when you take in consideration the person online that wasn't very mature and started attacking us online and calling us stupid and dumb for calving at this time. When he's commenting on something that he probably knows nothing about, it's quite an assumption we need our bulls to be mature. Now, not only that, we start our heifers early because they need a lot of help. It's their first time. Dad actually saved one's life last night. That wasn't necessarily because it was a first time heifer. But if our cows were calving at the same time, we'd be stretched a lot thinner. We wouldn't be able to watch our heifers as well. Third big reason, the hardest thing to get bred is a second calf heifer because they're still maturing a little bit. They just had their first calf, they're raising a calf, and they're trying to get rebred. And so by calving our first calf heifers earlier, it gives them more time to get bred on time. And if they're late that second time, they're probably going to be late the third calf, fourth calf, and if they're even still in the herd. So that is why we're calving now. That's why we have a nice barn to calve in. We sort them up at least once a week, getting the ones that are close up into the barn at night. So I would not say we're stupid or dumb. And if you look around at our farm, I would say that my dad has been pretty dang successful at it. Thank you very much. Morning. Ooh, gotta love these waterproof Ariat boots. Been wearing them for almost 2 months now. I recommend them. They have been great. I think if I would have bought muck boots again, the soles would be falling off already. If you want to check these out, link is down below. Yeah, water is gonna be running all day again today. If y'all are still here after all that talking Dad and I just did, thank you. Sorry, it's just the beginning of calving, so I feel like we're doing a bit of a injustice to you viewers if we don't give that information right away, so you know and understand what's going on. I hope you aren't thirsty, because it's gonna be a minute. I just saw a really big rat.
Oh yeah?
It was gross.
Did it have a hat on because it's cold out here?
No, but it had a really long, gross tail, like they do.
I suppose it sucks to be a rat.
I hope so, because I hate them. I hope it sucks.
Hate to do that for a living.
It's a hard way to make a living. Living on the side of a dirt mound.
You come back in your next life and you look in the mirror and you're like, oh. Scabby.
Come get it. Did that work good?
If you wouldn't have stopped, it'd have been perfect.
I thought I was helping. It's trying to sneeze. Oh yeah! I could see the snow fall off those trees once he sneezed. It's quite the icicle. Our boiler system is working today. Ellie, you helping? We'll probably end up moving this pair to here and putting that one in there. There's some cleanings and some gross stuff that I'm gonna pitchfork out of there. Not an ideal situation. Today is the 8th of February. We're still 2 days early. We didn't think we were gonna have calves this early. Dad, did you put the bull out earlier than you thought? There's something going on. A couple weeks ago we ordered a ton of barn lime, which you just sprinkle that down, creates an environment where the bacteria don't grow very well. And so that's one way we're trying to keep them healthier. Got another thing, iodine, which I'm going to be spraying in a little bit, explain that. But not only that, I told you it's really cold, and it's going to be cold for the next week. Next Saturday, today's Monday, next Saturday the high is -4, the low is -18 degrees Fahrenheit, which is almost -30 Celsius. So it's going to be cold. But we got a boiler in here, which is burning propane. What that is heating is the floor. We got in-floor heat, and we turned that on for the first time purposefully since we've had this barn 2 days ago. And so that's keeping the calves a little bit warmer. Throughout this whole barn, there's lines through the concrete or underneath the concrete, pushing liquid that's warmed by this propane that it's burning. During the winter, we always have it on in the shop and in the office, keep us warm, keep our machines starting good. Looking at the forecast, Dad and I were like, well, we have the in-floor heat. If there's any time to use it, it's now, because it's going to be very cold. And it is very cold. And so that's nice when you put your hand on the floor. I mean, it's not warm by any means, but it's not that -8, -4 degrees Fahrenheit outside temperature. The sun shining on that one, she looked like a Charlet. They're a little frosty, the girls, this morning. Hey, I just gotta steal food from you one more time. I guess got a lot of movement to it. So the nice thing about calving in a building is there's not much wind. The worst thing is there's no sun. The sun can kill a lot of bacteria, a lot of bad stuff. When we calve in the buildings especially, we try to make sure we get them some iodine on their umbilical cord, on their navel. Because that umbilical cord's job was to get nutrients to the calf when it was growing, and now it just sucks up bacteria, puts it right in the navel, and they can get infections. So this iodine will help dry that up, plus it'll kill bacteria. These older calves, they're still in the buildings, so I'm gonna keep putting that on them. We gave it to them when they first calved, and we're gonna keep it on them to just make sure they don't get an infection. Moved her down, and we can eventually get her in here. We like to get them out of there pretty quickly because a lot of manure, a lot of bacteria. Name of the game when calving, just keep them healthy. Come on, fella. Yeah? Sure do have some nice heifers in here.
Hey, did I tell you? I was in line at the grocery store the other day. Kinda young guy. He's checking out. Pretty young gal, cashier. He had 2 bananas, 6-pack of beer, pound of hamburger. And the gal says to him, "You must be single." And he goes, "Oh, you're right. Can you tell by what I bought?" "No, you're ugly."
That hurts. Man, this stuff fills up so slow when all the tanks are on. Are your fingers cut by the tooth?
Yes. Good. Hate that.
Ellie, go. Get out. The water pressure sucks. Someone messaged me on Instagram and said it'd be cool if we kept a tally of the cow or the bulls and the heifers. So what are we at?
4 bulls.
Okay. And 3 girls?
Yep.
So we'll try to keep that updated.
I'll explain my numbering system. On bulls, the mother's number on the bottom, their sire, Blackhawk, in this case on top. On heifers, since it's 2021, the first digit is a 1 this year because it's born in
The
21.
Yeah, 21.
And it was the second heifer born this year. So we just do a running tally on heifers. And that way, if they become replacement heifers and cows, this will be their lifelong number, 102.
And the top number is the mother's number.
Yes. So when we go to move pairs to pasture, we have that information for grouping them up in pairs to move. And it's a bull. The bull calf can have the same number as the cow.
Because it's not going to stay in the herd.
Right.
We've gotten many questions. How do you know which calf belongs to which cow? And they got their ear tag, and the top number is their mother's number. Of course, that does fall out from time to time. Not very often when they're that young.
And then what do we do when we take pairs to pasture?
And we
leave
watch.
them till last.
Yeah. We keep grabbing the ones we know, and then, all right, this mother keeps going to this one, and it let it suck, so they must be a pair. A lot of people ask what pairs are. That's just a...
Is that fruit off a tree?
I wish.
Oh.
That'd be a lot easier to herd into a trailer. But it is a mother with its calf. Just 2 of them makes a pair.
short for cow-calf pair.
A lot of talking in this one, but we got to explain. We're just starting calving, and I mentioned earlier, most of you haven't been calving with us because the channel has grown that much since last year calving.
So welcome.
Claving.
We're claving. Yep, we claved last year too.
Oh, we did.
So ever since we've been doing this channel, we've been claving.
Claving.
Because you guys can't spell good.
A few girls could not calve for, give it a week. The barn's kind of full right now. For being about 0 degrees, it ain't too bad out. Looks like Ellie peed on the building. She did it on the hay this morning too.
Now there's the perfect poop. She got all 5 of the bottom rails. The only reason she missed the top rail is because her pooper's below the top rail. I wonder if she's disappointed that she only got 5 of the 6. Well done, ma'am. Well done. We can go in for lunch, not worry about the water from running over.
Did you actually figure out how to turn it on? Wow, look at you.
That sounds like sarcasm.
You're a movie star now.
I'm a director, producer.
So what do you give on arrival? 7 away? They're good on mineral. Let one of our neighbors take that calf. It's good for the calf, it's good for the cow, and it's good for our neighbor's cow. Because this heifer that just had the calf, she would have got real skinny trying to raise those two. That calf wouldn't have been getting as much milk as it could have used, and so it wouldn't have grown as well. It would have been probably a little more hungry. The neighbor, he had a cow that, you know, spent the whole last year getting ready to have a calf, and so he would have had to get rid of that cow because it wasn't producing. Our heifer will be in better body condition. That calf will be able to grow a little better. Are you getting sick of me yet, girl? I was starting to think about that fence over at the South Farm where we're going to put some critters eventually. But last year when we brought pairs over there, the cows absolutely destroyed this fence. Half of it's laying down. I was like, well, I guess I'll go pick that up. So we're going to see if this girl will start in the, I suppose, 8-degree Fahrenheit weather. Come on. Woo! Feels good in there. Get the skid loader running. Get the grapple on it. I suppose I could have drove that over here so I didn't have to walk. Better check on the heifers before I take off, make sure nothing's calving outside, and then we'll get going. Y'all could use a bale about tomorrow. That's probably my least favorite thing about Bobcat. Their quick attach system has a few hiccups every once in a while. I guess that's what they'd call the Bluetooth binders. Come on. You can do it. Oh yeah. Even the tires are up. It's just my lucky day. Nothing's keeping me from working, huh? I'll be back before supper. Wow. Smack you with a stick. Are y'all alright? So this is what we're tearing out. As you can see, it is bad. You know, that would hold cattle for a couple weeks. Down in the corner, it is completely tore down. Well, around the bale feeders especially is where they ran through the fence. So that's what we're working on, just ripping this crap out. Not sure if we'll put it in back new. Well, especially not now since the ground's frozen, but this summer, we'll see what happens. This just take a couple minutes. That looks pretty cleaned up. all nice and fancy, ready to put new in if we ever decide, but this north side's a little bit longer. Yeah, it's all gone. All those. There's like 2 that I couldn't get out.
Did you pull them out or break them off?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
It's wheelie time.
Get your hand out of here. I want perlet.
It is. I'm like Oprah Winfrey right here. You get the perlets.
You get a perlet.
You get the perlets. Well, that's going to be about it for today. We did sell that twin, so I guess we can take one of these marks off here. So we're up to 4 bulls, 2 girls. It's going to get colder the next few days, which sucks, but we got the in-floor heat on, so we're burning fuel. Hope you enjoyed watching today's video. Thanks for the likes and the nice comments. We appreciate it. So we will see you next time. Have a good one. Looking at the forecast, I don't really want to get political, but I think the new president, he already solved climate change, seems like.